What's good, my good people, and welcome back to the channel. Today it's going to be a pretty short one. Just wanted to check in and do a quick, channel update-esque video. Because I am recording this on Saturday right after the Juventus Roma game, and I'm just waiting on the Almeria Sevilla game. But I figured I might as well just drop some of the info because I do have some plans for the upcoming streams. I do finally have a webcam coming on the way for my PS5, so I will have a webcam for my The Last of Us Part 1 playthrough, and we will be playing that through on the 1st of September. I think that's when the game becomes available for pre-orders, but I think it comes out on the 2nd of September, but I don't know. Whenever that drops, we're gonna play it, and I'm gassed because I'll finally just have like a camera to be able to record my perspective and reactions beyond just, people hearing them like all my previous content has done. And I'm not too sure yet if I want to do it a no commentary style playthrough. I think I'll save the no commentary style playthroughs for like all my horror games and that kind of stuff, except for like the Quarry. I remember the Quarry, I said I was gonna do no commentary, but I ended up just like fucking talking throughout that one. So we'll see how this one goes, but yeah, just wanted to check in. So I will be getting a camera for that, for anyone who's interested in those streams. I have played the original Last of Us before, so it wouldn't be my first time going into it, but it's been how many years? I think the last time I played The Last of Us was maybe like 2018, 2019, when I was trying to platinum it. I think that's the last time I went back to it. Then, how many playthroughs are there? Yeah, I didn't do that many playthroughs, because I did the PS3 playthrough, then PS4 of course, and then once again I think afterwards I had to try and platinum it. But yeah, I haven't played it as much as The Last of Us Part 2, so The Last of Us Part 2 I remember more vividly because I went through that one like thoroughly, and that playthrough is up on my channel as well. But yeah, I haven't played it as much as The Last of Us Part 2 because that one is much more recent, in memory. I played that a hell of a lot in 2020. I did a playthrough that's up on my channel that you'll be able to find. I played that before Ghost of Tsushima came out. Yeah, I think Ghost of Tsushima came out right afterwards. But yeah, it was pretty dope. And The Last of Us is a franchise that means a lot to me. It's pretty dope storytelling, engaging as hell, and it's a really good take on survival horror without it being like the mindless, endless horde zombie type game, which we do enjoy, like with the dying lights and that kind of thing. But I'm someone who personally likes a more narrative based story, like get me immersed into the actual story in the game beyond just having mindless fun. But yeah, figured I'd throw that update out there. Also from Gamescom, I recently dropped the Gamescom videos and the trailers. Apologies if you guys can hear the sirens in the background. I think the ambulance just drove past. But yeah, what was I saying? Gamescom. Recently did the Gamescom reactions, although I didn't react too much in the actual video that I did because I didn't want to speak over the actual trailers and shit. But there's been a lot of good games that came out at Gamescom, especially Lies of P. I did not see that one coming. That was the first time I actually heard about that game, and I think it's expected in 2023. That looks like a really good take with the whole Pinocchio aspect and mixing it with essentially Bloodborne, because I think even in my title for the trailer I called it Bloodborne 2, the spiritual successor, because essentially it is, rather than having to deal with beasts and monsters and stuff like we did in Bloodborne, it's essentially dealing with like machines and that kind of thing. So it is a very interesting take, from at least from what they showed us. And then they did do a further, on Gamescom Studio, they did a further deep dive into the gameplay itself, and it looks really smooth, looks promising. So that's a game that I'm kind of adding to the list, looking forward to. We saw more of Forspoken. We already knew about that. I discussed it in a previous video. I'm super looking forward to that. That was supposed to come out this year, but they pushed it to January 2023. I think the game was personally ready, but I think they just needed to iron out some things, and they dodged the God of War Ragnarok window. They were just like, nah, fuck that. So yeah, it kind of makes sense. So yeah, in that deep dive, we saw more of the only things that I didn't like from the gameplay deep dive is the world and the city. Like the NPCs looked a bit lifeless, and just like there in the world, kind of like what Horizon does. I was hoping they kind of make the world feel a little bit more alive and active, and more like a Red Dead kind of feel, like have the cities feel alive and not feel just like robotic NPCs doing random things, even though it's still essentially robotic NPCs doing like random shit in the background. Apologies, my hair is still a little bit wet. I showered before the game, but what else did I need to add to the agenda? Dead Island 2, that was also a dope game. The successor to the original Dead Island. I think it's been in development for about like 8 years. Looks really good. Again, that will be some mindless fun. Should be a good game, and I think it's actually slated for 2023, if I'm not mistaken. I do apologize if these dates are wrong. I'm just kind of going off the dome, so I don't remember it all clearly. It's been a couple days, but also Atomic Heart. Atomic Heart looks really good. It looks like if I had to compare it to a game, I'd compare it to like BioShock, essentially. Looks really fucking good. It looks like probably one of the first like proper next-gen experiences that we'll get in terms of that type of game, because people still are complaining a bit that next-gen has been moving slow, but people forget how fucking slow PS4 was out the gates, and like people complaining about like the remakes and remasters and stuff, but PS4 kind of had the same kind of trajectory, and so far we did have like fucking Returnal was amazing on the PS5, Ratchet and Clank was amazing on the PS5, but yeah, so far so good. Like I can't really complain, because for me, again, personally, I play a lot of games, but I like to pace myself. So even like I was laughing with God of War Ragnarok coming out, and then the Callisto Protocol coming out, and in that same window we have The Devil in Me. So I'm gonna have to like juggle the games, because I'm someone who likes playing closer to launch, so that I don't end up like spoiling the stories for myself and that kind of thing, because I watch a lot of YouTube, so I end up seeing like accidental spoilers and that kind of thing. So we will start God of War, and then we'll probably go deep into that story, see how far it goes. The Devil in Me won't take too long, because we know Dark Pictures anthology games, those are always pretty short, so I could actually finish The Devil in Me in one weekend sitting, like on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, rather than stretch them out, because I know when I did The Quarry we did 1 hour streams stretching them out, but I could just do like 3-hour streams and just do them in those 3 days. And then the Callisto Protocol as well, that'll take some time, but I think of course I'll still be playing God of War within that bracket, so it'll be enjoyable. So God of War is the one that'll be stretched out with the Callisto Protocol, and the Devil in Me will just be like pushed into one quick chill weekend, like playing around at like 6 p.m. or something like that. Speaking of which as well, with The Last of Us Part 1, I'll also be streaming that probably around like 6 p.m., 7 p.m. like I did for The Quarry, because I'll be busy during the mornings and afternoons, so I'm only really gonna get time 5 p.m. onwards, so ideally could start the stream at like 6 p.m., put in like 2 hours, 2.5 hours, 3 hours at best, because I can easily get lost in that game, so maybe 3 hour streams, but ideally 2 hour streams at max, and then I'll just keep doing that. So like 2 hours every night when I'm chilling and free, like in that window where it's before dinner but like after work kind of thing. So it's pretty chill. What else was at Gamescom? We saw more of the Callisto Protocol. Again, that's looking super dope. There's no complaints from that game. I think it will launch. It's not going to launch flawlessly, of course, because we know these days with gaming, you kind of get the game first and then they'll patch it up on day one and that kind of shit. So, but it should be a good release. Glenn Schofield did 2 interviews. He gave us the on stage, the opening night live interview, and then he did a further interview with, I think it was IGN, when they spoke more about the in-depth details about the gameplay and everything. So again, that one's looking really good. If you enjoyed Dead Space, you'll likely enjoy the Callisto Protocol, that same survival horror genre. I'm not a super huge fan of like the sci-fi stuff, but again, I do enjoy the survival horror aspect. So when I played Dead Space again, I was able to immerse myself, and I think with the Callisto Protocol it'll be sort of the same thing if they really deliver it well, because it looks really, really good on next gen. We saw more of Hogwarts Legacy, so for Harry Potter fans, that's for them. I used to be. I was laughing about this with my big bro the other day. Like I sort of grew out of Harry Potter because I used to enjoy it in my childhood when it came out. Because it came out like 2001, 2002 thereabouts, and I used to be fucking crazy about Harry Potter, but I kind of just got over it. So should be a fun game. For me personally, it's not something I'm gonna buy at launch. I'm not gonna pay full price for that, just because it's not really my MO. But I'll eventually enjoy it down the line if it ever gets dropped into PS Plus, or when when games go on discounts and stuff. Because a lot of my games I usually have, like, at the beginning of the year, a list of like 4 or 5, at max like 6 games that I'll play on launch, because I'll be like, okay, I'm able to budget for these and plan for them, and then everything else I'll wait till, like, the summer sales, December sales, or whatever. Then when stuff is super discounted at GameStop, then you can go pick it up for cheap. And I say GameStop, used to be EB Games here in Canada, but it's now all GameStop. But yeah, that's a good thing. You can pick up games, trade them in, because I still do physical as well. So a lot of the time, I'll get the game, go through it, finish it, and if I'm able to finish it in the window before the price drops down, then I'll just trade it in back, and then I'll usually get almost like 60-70% of the original price back, and then go buy a discounted game with that shit. So it's been a system that's worked for me so far. What else did I forget from Gamescom? Dune Awakening, that looked good, but then we found out that it's a survival MMO, so it's gonna be a pass. Lies of P, I already talked about that. What was that game again? Lords of the Fallen? I keep forgetting. That one also looked really good, but they only showed us a CGI trailer. They never really showed us like any games or anything like that. I'll have to check further, because Gamescom's still going on, but I don't know if they did like further presentations and deep dives like what the other games did. So I'll have to take a look at that. But from what I saw, it looked like a good game, but it looked like show us everything out the gates kind of thing. I don't like this nonsense of teasing, because I even saw people were complaining with The Last of Us Part 1, the fact that they haven't shown us like any raw gameplay yet. But I think the only reason Sony's doing that is because it's a game we've already played. It's a remake. We know what we're getting with the game. I think everyone was anticipating that they'd use the exact same combat as The Last of Us Part 2, and then they got disappointed when they found out that they were gonna take elements, especially like the accessibility, which was super dope, but they were gonna take elements from The Last of Us Part 2 in terms of like graphics and again, like the accessibility that I was saying, and just certain visual elements basically, and not necessarily rip the entire gameplay, because Joel's design originally, especially people were complaining about what's that mechanic, like the dodging mechanic and all that kind of thing, because Joel's environment wasn't really created for that when you play the original game. So I get that they didn't want to have to go back into it and remake everything, which again is contentious, because people are like, okay, if you're not going to do that, at least say that you aren't going to do that. So I can understand that side of the argument, where people don't explicitly come out and say, okay, we're reimagining it like so and so and so and so, because again, people then bring in the price argument to that, and then, but for me, I feel like it's selective, because Demon Souls, no one really complained. Demon Souls was a remake that was essentially just bringing the original game into the next gen graphics and universe. Shadow of the Colossus is another one, took the original game and just brought it into next gen with like its original elements and that kind of thing. So again, with The Last of Us, people will always just be dramatic and everything, so it's always like undertones of other things that they're angry at that they now just project into other issues. So again, that game will be good, and I do understand as well for those that have already played the game, they're not really bothered to buy it at full price again, so it's cool with that. The price will drop like immediately, because again, it's a remake, so it's not going to hold full price for too long, and then you can just play it whenever it drops price. But for me, again, Naughty Dog is one of my favorite studios, so I'll happily support them, because again, played The Last of Us, loved it. Would have loved to have DLC for The Last of Us Part 2 like they did for the original Last of Us Was Left Behind, but we didn't get that. So essentially, just getting to re-experience this again, I'm kind of treating it like I would have treated if I was to just buy like DLC or that kind of thing. So it is what it is, one of those things. And I think that's about it. So yeah. What else did I want to talk about? And my graphics. Oh yeah, I mentioned that, but I did a community post for that. My new logo. I don't know if I'm gonna put that up. As I'm speaking right now, I'm gonna have gameplay in the background because I ain't gonna make y'all stare at my ugly face for the entire video. So I will have gameplay running in the background. I'll probably put like Red Dead or Rainbow Six gameplay in the background. Maybe FIFA. If I'm feeling generous, but fuck yeah. But yeah, the guy who did my graphics, Navid Art, fellow Zimbabwean. I do have his info in the community post. I think his Instagram is _Navid Art _. Let me actually double check that. I don't want to give out the wrong info because he's the homie. Okay, so he's _Navid NAVID _art, yeah. Because he did some work for me a couple years ago when I was just doing like individual commissions. But then I figured, you know what, why not go back to him, get him to do some of my channel art and that kind of thing. So hey, he pulled through. I really like the graphics. I like the variations. We're also working on a new like YouTube banner and Twitter banner as well that I'm gonna incorporate with like a bunch of famous PlayStation characters. So I'm gonna try to get Kratos in there, get Ellie in there, get like Nathan Drake in there, get fucking Jack, get Ratchet in there, Clank maybe if we can throw him in, Aloy. We'll just, you know, throw a bunch of like famous protagonists and that kind of thing and see what I can fit in to just like a little mini banner kind of design. So that I will also put up a community post for that when it's done. So yeah, you can catch him at _Navid _art. He's a dope ass graphic designer. You can commission him. You just have to go to him knowing what you want your design to be, because you know with graphic designers you never want to really stress them to just like come up with everything on the spot. So as long as you have like your idea in mind, then you can spitball with him and see how he can get that the vision to come to life. Again, fellow Zimbo, easy to support him. You know, I'd highly recommend him, even though my videos don't get a lot of views, I imagine. I remember Trops, one of my viewers, Trops. I don't know if I'm saying your name right. I've never actually asked how to pronounce your name, but it's TROPZ. Dope YouTuber as well, FIFA YouTuber. Popped up in a couple of my streams. He was also looking for a graphics person, so I think he said he's gonna reach out to Navid as well. So hey, yeah, reach out to him if you're looking for good graphics, good pricing as well. What else did I want to update? And yeah, that's about it. I think because for the channel, I already mentioned we're gonna be playing The Last of Us. We're gonna play God of War Ragnarok. We're gonna play The Devil in Me. If I can rope one of my homies into playing The Devil in with me, we could do like a dual playthrough. Because originally I wanted to do like a dual playthrough for House of Ashes last year, but I didn't end up doing it with a homie. And then likewise for The Quarry. But The Quarry was my mistake because I forgot to talk to my friend and update him and be like, oh, we still doing it, that kind of thing. Whereas House of Ashes was more just like I was gonna like buy the game for someone and just force them to play it with me so that I could see the other experience. Because all the times that I've played the Dark Pictures anthology games, I've only seen it from like the one perspective. I've never seen it from like the multiplayer where you're not controlling every single scene, so you do end up missing out on like some scenes and that kind of thing. But it makes it interesting to then go back and watch it or go back and play it again where you wouldn't have been able to control some of the other decisions and consequences. They aren't like directly in your hands kind of thing when you're playing with the homies. So yeah, we're gonna play that. Everything on the channel is pretty much gonna be the same. You know me, I don't make money from this. I still just do it as a passion, as a hobby, because I love video games. I like sharing and discussing and talking about video games. So I'll always keep putting out content and I'll keep throwing up. The only thing that I'm gonna make changes to is I'm probably gonna start throwing up my other shorts. I'm gonna put them on my backup channel, because my backup channel currently has like some of the other longer playthroughs that I didn't have on this channel originally. I took them off because I remember I mentioned this when I took off a lot of my old playthroughs because, you know, the quality was shit or that kind of thing. I think the earliest playthrough that I kept up was Ghost Recon Wildlands and Detroit Become Human. those are the two that I think are still up. Everything else, I think I pretty much scrubbed it. I think maybe you'll find Rainbow Six Siege videos from 2015 on my channel, from 2016, 2015. They might still be up there, like at the very beginning, but yeah, everything else I just kind of like scrubbed out and took off. So I will be throwing all of that on the second channel, and I'll be throwing the shorts on that second channel as well. Because I know I was doing a lot of shorts on the channel, but I feel like it just muddies the channel a bit. So I'm still gonna finish off doing the Red Dead shorts and the God of War shorts, because I'll finish those off. And then once I start cutting up my other playthroughs, because I also have a Days Gone playthrough that I never cut up, and I have a Cyberpunk playthrough that I never cut up because of all the bugs and glitches and everything. I just left it at that. So I'll cut up Days Gone, I'll cut up Cyberpunk. What else? Uncharted, I already cut that one up. That one's up on my channel, on my shorts. Ghost of Tsushima, all these other like recent games and everything, I already cut them up. It's just some of the other games where I played them and I recorded the footage, but I didn't upload it to YouTube. I just kept it on my PC. But yeah, I'm super excited for my face doesn't say it because I'm just naturally always mean mugging. But I'm super excited to be able to have the camera for the Last of Us streams, because again, a lot of my playthroughs I haven't had that visual component, and it won't be this background because my stream setup is set up at the TV, that kind of thing. Here I'm sitting at the desk in the kitchen, as you can see the kitchen background with the Madrid scarf in the back. But yeah, eventually I feel like if I can get a better PC, because right now my PC is just a work PC. It's not a gaming PC, so I don't have the power to be able to stream from the console and use like a capture card to go through the PC and have all the bells and whistles. So for now I just do directly from console. So I figured, why not get the camera, and then I'll be able to add that element in, at least when I'm cutting up my footage. And with PS5, you have to get the PS5 camera because they blocked all other cameras, so you can't even use like Logitech webcams or what's that other brand called again? Fuck, I forget. There's a really random brand of webcam. They make earbuds and shit. Anka, I think it's an Anka webcam, whatever. They look really good. Yeah, I remember them because of the earbuds. They make really good earbuds. But yeah, camera will be coming up for The Last of Us. Resident Evil playthrough, that's also being put up as we speak. I've finished the entire playthrough, but I haven't, what's it called again? I haven't released the videos. I just scheduled them for Friday, Saturday, Sundays. So that's why you'll see, as well as Until Dawn, you'll see every Friday 9 a.m. or Friday 10 a.m. One or two of them will pop up on the channel because they're all just scheduled. So, but yeah, again, thank you guys for, if you're still watching and you stuck by to the end. I'm pretty sure the Sevilla game has started already, so I'll have to get to that one. But yeah, I figured I'll just do a young channel update. I'll probably put this up tomorrow once I cut it up. Not much cutting to do because I'll just throw it up in the editing software and probably put some background music to it and that kind of thing, and intro, outro, and we'll be good to go. But yeah, thank you guys again for the support on the channel. Again, like I always said, I just do this for fun, so I ain't really making money from it. I only pressure people to like and subscribe because I want the content to be shared. But if you don't like it, dislike it, that's very fair. Like, I do the same shit on YouTube as well. If I don't like a video, I'm gonna fucking dislike it. So no harm, no foul. Nothing will ever be taken personally. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy the video. Hopefully the channel gets better. You know, I'm trying to just deliver a better level quality level content, especially with like my video essays, because my video essays are the only things that I really consider, air quotes, can the camera see me, air quotes, content, because that's when I actually like sit down, I'll write my script, I'll do my research, then I'll have to go back into my footage and cut everything up within my script and my research and my discussion. Whereas playthroughs, it's not really, because playthroughs, I don't edit them up. Like, I don't do the whole thing of like you do the playthrough and then you cut it up into like the highlights and like the best bits and that kind of thing, which I know is good for YouTube, but I'm kind of old school in the sense that I'll just do like a regular let's play of it's just me playing the game, chatting with people, well, chatting with my 2 viewers in the stream. But yeah, it's just me chopping it up, chilling, playing the game and enjoying. So it's not really much like fancy editing to it, unlike, you know, what I do for the video essays. But yeah, let me stop rambling. Thank you again for tuning in. Appreciate it. Hope y'all have a dope ass weekend. Enjoy it. Stay safe wherever you are in the world. And as always, stay safe, stay dangerous, and peace out. Alright, let's do this. A quick posse, bro. Come. Let's do this. No weapons, just melee. Yeah, let's go. I see you pull your knife. Put the knife away. Let's go. Nah, fist. Let's go, bro. Let's go. Come on, chunky boy, I can do this. I should have max health with this fucking fat boy build. God damn, your dude's fast. What the